A 2-week ceasefire is underway in the war with Iran, but there are already some cracks in that agreement.
Today, an Iranian news agency reported that Iran stopped oil traffic through the Strait of Hormuz again in response to Israel attacking Lebanon hours after the ceasefire was announced. The White House says those reports are false. Officials in Lebanon say dozens were killed and hundreds wounded in Beirut. NBC 10 political reporter Lauren Mayk has an update on this developing situation, Lauren.
Yeah, Lena and Jacqueline, within the past few hours, we learned Vice President JD Vance is leading a team heading to Islamabad to negotiate the end of the war. Now, Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner are expected to participate in talks this weekend. Meanwhile, the United States and Iran are both claiming victory following the ceasefire. But questions surround the terms and what Iran is getting in return. President Trump has called Iran's 10-point proposal, quote, a workable basis on which to negotiate. But many of Iran's demands conflict directly with the Trump administration's offer. The president says the U.S. has its own 15-point plan and that many of those requests have been agreed to, but they have not been publicly disclosed.
If the Iranians are willing, in good faith, to work with us, I think we can make an agreement. If they're going to lie, if they're going to cheat, if they're going to try to prevent even the fragile truce that we've set up from taking place, then they're not going to be happy.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth says the administration was set to target bridges, power plants, and other infrastructure if Iran did not come to the table.
We'll be hanging around. We're not going anywhere. We're going to make sure Iran complies with this ceasefire and then ultimately comes to the table and makes a deal.
Now, Democrats are critical of the way things are playing out. Minority Leader Chuck Schumer called the president a military moron, saying the U.S. is worse off today than when the war started. Connecticut Senator Chris Murphy called it a history-changing win for Iran for controlling the Strait of Hormuz. He said, quote, the level of incompetence is both stunning and heartbreaking. Now, oil prices are dropping on news of the ceasefire, and I'll be back at 5 o'clock with a look at what the pause means for gas prices and the questions remaining that could affect them. I'm Lauren Mayk, NBC 10 News.